Howdy y'all, Hoosier Daddy here, and this is my wife, Hoosier Mama. We are down under in Australia celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary, and we are currently in Byron Bay. Look at that. Ooh. Y'all have been asking for some outside shots, so we thought we'd come outside since we now have some beautiful weather. So this is a wrap-up of day 8. We wanted to tell you all about our day yesterday. It was so fun. It was our first full day in Byron Bay, and Byron Bay has some beautiful beaches. Beautiful weather. We are loving it. We thought we would go down and check out the beach. So
the birds want to be a part of our video.
So we went and got some breakfast at this organic cafe. I think it was called Fundies.
Fundies, yes.
Yeah. Had all kind of organic and vegan, vegetarian type stuff. It was pretty good.
Of course, acai bowl is one of my favorite things in the world, so they had that and it made me happy.
Yeah. He's such a smart guy. He grabbed that biscuit and put it in the water so it would be soft so he could eat it. Next, we went down to the beach and took a walk, and it was absolutely beautiful. You know what? Just when I think that Australia can't impress me anymore, it just keeps impressing me more and more. It was beautiful. And what we thought was really cool was apparently it's a dog beach. We didn't realize it, but there were tons of dogs down there, and we are both dog people. And seeing the dogs playing on the beach
made us miss our dog.
Yeah, we've got 2 dogs back home and made us miss our dogs. We also realized that our dog probably would not do well at that beach because he's not trained that well.
He hates other dogs.
All those dogs were trained really well. Like we saw some owners training them with the treats and whistles and everything. So they did what they were supposed to, and they weren't bothering other dogs or anything. It was just really cool. Next, we went for a walk just around town, just exploring the town, and had to stop at a servo. I got myself a Chucky milk. Okay, I feel like a little kid. Look, I got a Nippy's Chucky milk. It's like in a little juice box form. Ooh, it's pretty good. So we also wanted to follow your recommendations, and one thing a lot of people said that we need to go to the Crystal Castle. So that's where we went.
Yes, and I loved it. Thank you for the recommendation.
It was beautiful. We took an Uber through the hinterlands, and just the drive out there was amazing.
Yes, it was.
Have these big rolling hills and beautiful scenery. Oh my gosh. And then we got to see Crystal Castle and Shambhala Gardens.
Isn't there a 60s song? On the road to Shambhala.
Yes. But they had all these kinds of crystals and big geodes, even this purple cave. They called it a cave, but it was just like a giant geode that you could look inside. And
is it a geode or was it an amethyst?
Amethyst geode, I think is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
But they had another one that you could sit in, and we looked in the gift shop where they had some of the jewels and crystals for sale, and those were expensive. So we didn't get any of those.
They had a geode, I don't know, maybe that tall, and it said normally $7,000, on sale now for $5,500.
That's quite a deal.
Yeah,
maybe we
should have gotten it.
But just walking around, it was so nice and peaceful. You know, don't get me wrong, we loved Melbourne and Sydney, but that was the city life and a lot of hustle and bustle and everything. This is a nice change of pace just to relax and enjoy the beautiful gardens.
It was so pretty. And the gardens, the bamboo walk.
Oh yeah, the bamboo was really cool. It had giant bamboo forests that you could walk through, and when the wind hit, you could hear the bamboo like hitting against each other. I'm standing inside this bamboo forest. Look at this. How tall this bamboo is, and if you listen when the wind hits it, you can hear all the bamboo hitting against each other. Of course, now the wind stopped.
And you talked right through it, you dingleberry.
I did. Well, it sounds really cool. Oh yeah, the bathroom sinks were made of rose quartz. That was pretty cool.
That was very cool.
And the flowers, oh my gosh, they had poinsettia bushes that were massive. Like back home, we have little poinsettias that we give out, like we use for decoration for Christmas, but they're just a little potted plant. These were massive bushes.
Yeah, and we can't grow anything like that in Indiana because it gets so cold in the winter. It would kill it if it was outside. So being here and seeing it so huge is just amazing.
Yeah, we were thoroughly impressed.
Yeah.
But when we were done at Crystal Castle, we came back last night for a sunset walk to the lighthouse. We took a tour with our hostel. It was just a guided walking tour up to the lighthouse, and we thought it was going to be this nice, relaxing walk out to the beach and up to the lighthouse.
So our guide was very young and very fit. So was everybody else who was walking with us. And I think that that's the fastest I've ever walked in my life for the longest amount of time. The whole time everybody's just talking while they're walking, and here I'm like puffing up the hill. It was sad for me.
There was this girl, I think she was Danish or Dutch, and they have some of the tallest people in the world. She was taller than me. She was probably over 6 feet, so these big long legs, and she was setting the pace.
Oh my gosh, that was hard to keep up with her.
At one point, I said, why did they have to put this lighthouse up so high? And then I laughed. Of course, I mean, you knew I was joking, but apparently there was some girl that was walking past and kind of rolled her eyes at me, like, whatever.
She just doesn't like dad jokes. That's it.
I guess not. But by the time we got up to the lighthouse, it was worth it. It was absolutely magical, beautiful. Some of those sunset views, and it was funny. There's some people that had up had set up a little turntable. They had their own little dance party.
Yeah, they had like
there.
a rave going on. Wiggy, wiggy, wiggy.
And we saw some whales too.
Yes, off in the distance, but it was amazing.
Yeah, you could just see their plumes shooting up. We couldn't actually see the whale itself, but you could see the white.
I saw one breach.
Oh, did you?
So it like jumped up and then turned sideways and fell back down.
That was very cool.
But it was so far off in the distance. I mean, it looked that small. So.
Well, by the time it started getting dark, we decided to walk back down. And we just went at our own pace. We didn't go with the tour.
Slowly meandered.
And it took probably twice as long, but it was relaxing. It was nice. It was very dark though. And because it's winter here now, the sun goes down really early. So it was by that point it was dinner time, and that was why I posted my previous video at the poke bowl place.
Oh, how do you guys say it? I think in America we say poke bowl.
I don't know if it's pokey or poke. But
it's a bouquet.
Yeah, they were absolutely delicious. And then stopped to get some gelato and walked home. And that was it. That was day 8.
Day 8.
I can't believe we've been here in Australia for a whole week.
I know, it's crazy.
And we've got
something in your mustache.
And we've got 3 more weeks to go. So next we are headed up to the Surfers Paradise, and then Brisbane and Noosa. And we're going to do Magnetic Island and Fraser Island, Whitsundays and Cairns Waterfall Tour, and the Corumba train. We're also going to SeaWorld in the Gold Coast, and we're going to go to the Australia Zoo in Brisbane. So
the only reason we're going to SeaWorld is because of H2O.
Yeah, fun fact about me, I am a huge fan of H2O. Just add water. Long story short, my girls were into it and they got me hooked on it. So it's
because he loves the Australian accents.
But hopefully, if there's anything related to H2O on the Gold Coast, that would be cool to see. But if not, that's all right. I know a lot of it was filmed on a set and they tore the set down, but they did film some of it at the SeaWorld Park, so that's going to be cool. So if you all have any other recommendations for us, keep them coming, and we will see you again tomorrow. Love you guys.
Mwah.